All right, Jesse, we are cyclists and we like receiving gifts. So what we thought we'd do is run through some of the best gifts you can give cyclists for Christmas. Now, we're going to preempt this. This is not, oh, go and buy some socks for someone. Because here's the thing with cyclists, right? We are really finicky about everything we buy. We overanalyze everything we do to the nth degree. And there's a lot of gifts that cyclists would just get and go, great, thanks.
Yep, so we've got stocking stuffers, less than $20 Australian. All of these are going to be Australian pricing. Next level up, $20 to $50, maybe a KK present or something like that. $50 to $150, next level up. That's where things get interesting. $150 to $300. That's, pretty lucky if you get in that category. And then we're just letting it rip and we're just going unlimited. Money is no object. What would you want? That's the price categories there.
Some of these are things that you can just go out and buy. Like there's no, you don't need to research whether it's the right one for the cyclist. Some of the ones that I'm going to talk about are things that you probably just need to just bounce a little bit off the said cyclist, or even just have a look at some of the current stuff they have got. All right, let's get into it.
Summer embrocation. Now, a little bit over $20. Stocking stuffers, we're kind of putting under $20. The Rafa one's a little bit exy, but I'm going to put it in this category anyway. What the hell is a summer embro or a warm-up cream? Most people probably haven't heard of this. It is almost exclusively used by people who race, and it's basically a lotion that you put on your legs before a race. It has a few purposes. Firstly, to warm up the legs, get that tingling sensation on the legs. It has a lot of these have a very specific smell, which kind of then links in mentally. So you smell it, like the athlete's gel that we used to use. You smell it, you get in the zone, you're ready to go. And I mean, the big benefit of it is a nice tanned, bronzed look. A lot of them, especially this Rafa summer one, has a bronze colored to it, and it gives the legs a nice sheen. So I think for anyone that races, they will really appreciate this. For as well, a lot of the things I'm going to mention in this list are things that I wouldn't pay for, but if I got given, I would 100% use. And this is exactly in one of them. I don't think I've ever bought a summer embro, but I've gotten ones over this.
Pro tip, be careful taking your white socks off with your summer embro.
Yes, that is actually specifically mentioned in the Rafa description.
Right, I will throw in my stocking some hydration tablets. Very simple. Obviously, it's a bit of an Australian thing. But yeah, I just find them really annoying to get. I find that especially over this period, over the next couple of months, really important thing to throw in your back pocket half the time for an easy fill up along the way. Again, it's just not something I would buy very often. So I would go either the Noon ones, which are pretty good. I know these are super common in the US. They absolutely love them over there. Any other brands you can think of? The SAS ones are pretty good.
Yeah, I would steer away from the SAS ones because you can buy them at Coles, and getting a Christmas present that you can buy at Coles is a bit... I'd go like the Noon or something a bit more premium looking, even though it's the same as a salt tablet, but
And it's the kind of thing that you will use in that period between Christmas and New Year's. Do you know what I mean? Like
in the Southern Hemisphere. Yeah,
that's it. And it's the kind of stuff that you'll use for your festive 500s or whatever you're doing. You don't want to have to go out to whenever get it. It's in your stocking. You're riding the next day. All good. Happy days. What else you got, Jesse?
I've actually got nothing because the Australian currency is terrible. So under $20 is basically nothing. So you've done well if you've got another one here.
Well, I just threw Cleats in only because it's, again, something really annoying to buy. And we said this in the beginning, but it's super careful. Just be super careful with what you're buying here. You do need to know what you are buying, and that will require you to go and look at the pair of shoes that your cyclist receiver has, flick them over, have a look at them, and we'll say on there, it'll be a color and everything on there, and they are the exact ones this person wants. The exact ones. This will be a common thread throughout my list, but it's very important. Unless you get those exact ones, don't get them.
If you're not sure, don't get them because they're not going to be usable. Correct. Hey, you want to really be the champ? Swap them over for them.
Ooh.
Changing cleats is one of the worst jobs as a cyclist.
Very true. All right, what do you got next in the $20 to $50 category?
20 to 50. Again, I've only got one. This is where you get interesting. The one I got here was some cycling custom name stickers. You know, on pro bikes, they have their names on them. You don't need to be a pro to have these. You can just buy stickers. I just Googled custom name stickers. This one came up, Birdworks custom name plates. $22, that's probably US. And these are pretty cool. So you get a whole bunch of different ones. You can pick the flag. So this is a US flag. You get Aussie flag and you get your name on your frame. Stick them on your frame. Helmet, even shoes, like on the outside of the shoes, pretty cool. And I think anyone that got these would be pretty stoked. I'd love a set of these.
I have recently just done this.
Really?
Actually, recently just done this. I used Ace stickers. I will put a link down in the description below. Was really good. Lots of different options. The transparency stuff was really good. Stuck on there quite well. I did take a while to ship, so you're probably going to struggle by Christmas already.
Okay.
But so they're the ones I've used. And again, like helmet ones, actually put it on my Garmin.
Nice.
You can see a little Chris Miller sign.
We actually got, when we were at Team Nero Bianchi, you printed these out for us and they were like,
Luke did that.
Yeah. I loved them.
Yeah.
It was like the simplest thing.
Yeah,
It was really cool.
This is my most important, and it just fits into this category, is base layers. Okay? Base layer for me is, and I've almost sold you on this now, it is a 12-month of the year operation. It can go from the thick merino long sleeve ones, which will be over $50, down to the lightweight summer ones. Big fan of them. Again, try and stick to the brands that you have seen the person wear, because they tend to do that for a reason. But obviously, I would very much recommend the Rafa ones. I'm a big fan of those. I'll put that link down in the description below. And yes, I ride them during summer. Yes, I do. So that is a thing that happens. What's the next one for you, Jesse?
I've actually got nothing else in this price category either. Yes.
So the last one I've got in here are eye shades. All right?
Eye shades?
Yeah. Okay.
What is an eye shade?
What's an eye shade? Dylan McKenna introduced me to these. Now, they're essentially like the things you get on planes, right? The eye shade sleepy things.
Okay.
And this was an Instagram brand that hit me up a while ago. Manta is the name of the brand. These things, ladies and gentlemen, will turn day into night immediately. And I can tell you, if you have a cyclist, friend, partner, whatever it may be, they love their sleep. They absolutely love it. It dictates what their next day is. And I can tell you this thing helps. 100% helps. You can get them with like these little smell of like lavender and stuff in them. So like your eyes smell of lavender and stuff like that. Would guarantee you your cyclist partner will absolutely love this. Go for it. Mantra. I am not a sponsored, but I'm 100% happy to be sponsored by them.
Well played. I'd be happy to get that. I'd totally use it.
Yeah. And the last one was just off-bike cycling T-shirts. Always, people just like repping that they're a cyclist. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a particular cycling brand or anything. Like I know like some sort of, you know, big outlane chains do them with bikes and stuff. People just like repping.
Yeah, like you've got on now.
Exactly. Very much so. Okay, let's step it up a notch, Jesse. We are getting into the good stuff now.
Yeah, we are. All right, $150 to $300. This is gonna. There must be a good friend if you're spending this much on Christmas. My first one, a cycling magazine subscription, but the physical copy, not an online one where you download a PDF. Nah, trash. You want that thing rocking up at your door. Open your letterbox. You got the magazine in there. There's just something really satisfying about flipping it through. You got the tech reviews. It's just a really entertaining thing that pretty much no one would ever buy. But when you're bored, you're sitting at home, it beats scrolling through Instagram Reels, just having the magazine there, which I think is really good. So a 12-month subscription, usually it'll be 6 issues. So it's every 2 months you get a magazine. And you know this Cyclist one is $65 for 6 issues, which is pretty cheap. It's pretty reasonable price. I think that's a good gift.
You're shouting out Cyclist. You're not shouting out Bicycling Australia magazine. Jesus, get on board, Jesse, with your ambassadorships here. God, guy goes and wins Barrel and doesn't even mention the thing. Yeah, cycling. But was it Bicycling
Australia? That's the one to get. There you go.
Get on that one. That's the one you want. But totally agree. Nice hard copy, well produced. So I'm going again off bike. And I am suggesting the 60-minute deep tissue sports massage.
Oh,
Legitimately,
a man can dream.
one of the great things in humanity. Just love it. I'd never be bothered to organise them myself. Your cyclist friend, partner will absolutely go nuts for it. Make sure it's the 60 minutes. 45 minutes is not enough. It needs to be the full 60 so you can get the full body and not just the legs. And go nuts. That's for me a definite big one in that area. You will not get a frown from that. No pun about massage.
Maybe for the sort of the enthusiast, not really for the full-on trainer that wants the massage, is a cycling branded coffee cup. Every cyclist loves coffee. I think something like I found these ones, Cobblestone cups. They do these latte mugs with the world champ stripes, which are really nice. 72 euros for two of them. I think they'd be very nice to have a sip out of before you're out for a ride.
I think it's an interesting point because like cyclists are full thingy about the coffee, so don't go and do that. But I reckon that's a nice little angle. Well played there. Here on this show, we're massive fans of GCN, so I'm definitely going to put the GCN RacePass down as something. Now, obviously, it's worth checking with the person probably beforehand whether they have it or not. If they don't, they will love this. Lots of good content down there, but just lots of racing. Can I just throw a pro tip out there that potentially I shouldn't? But an ExpressVPN account and GCN RacePass gives you literally every race in the world. So I've got one that's actually just behind you there, which is called a Tons laptop stand. Now, this is for your person that loves the home trainer setup. They've got this thing, and you want to go in and check whether they've got this or not, because if they don't, they will appreciate it. It is exactly what it says on the stand. It is a stand for a laptop, but it is specifically designed to fit around the front wheel on the bike trainer. It kind of sits right between the handlebars. It's quite neat, nice solution for the 4 times a year that I use the trainer. But yeah, you will definitely get, and it looks really nice. This particular brand, like it's I think Danish designed or something, and it feels nice. Like it looks nice. So if the person's like thingy about the kind of setup, it all being symmetrical and everything, and people are like this is nice. It's a nice little solution. Right, let's go up another notch, Jesse. This is potentially a partner.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you got?
So this is 150 to 300. If someone's very lucky if they're getting this. My first one is cargo bib shorts. I don't own a pair because I don't see the point in buying a whole nother set of bib shorts just to have a couple of extra pockets, but I would gladly use a pair if I had one. And that is why I think they make a good gift. Pretty much most brands have cargo bib shorts now. So again, check what brand the person you're buying for likes. But I think most people, if they don't already have a set of cargo bib shorts, wouldn't mind having a pair. I've seen you rock them sometimes, and I think, that's nice because you can kind of run the loose baggy t-shirt and still carry a phone. So, cargo bibs. So
sticking with my thread of looking after yourself, the massage gun. Massage gun plays a role here. Yep. So this is your Theragun style thing. I did a review of one on the channel a while ago. I'll put a link down to that below. It was really good because it was really quiet. But honestly, like I used to but I used to get massages pretty regularly, like once a month. But now I just don't get them. I just use this thing. I love it. And you're not going to have any complaints. I do think, we've had this debate in the past, I do think the expensive one is worth it.
As a gift, you kind of have to, don't you? You can't, like, here, Merry Christmas, it's the eBay gun thing. It's like, no. You got to, that's why you probably put in, because it could be in the cheap category if you wanted to. Yeah. But yeah, it's not worth it. Totally agree.
What you got?
Next one, a cycling branded backpack. Is very nice. If you're doing this, you're probably going to have to go premium. The one that stood out for me was this Rapha Pro Team Lightweight Backpack. If the person you're buying for commutes a lot, I've seen, when I went to the Rapha store, I saw this. At the time, they didn't sell it online, and now they do. This is so nice, really nice. 170 Australian dollars, so fairly expensive for just a small backpack, but yeah, would be a delight to ride in. Looks amazing, and just having that branding as well. Even if you're not commuting, you're kind of just going somewhere for a weekend, or you need to carry something. It's just nice to the sort of the nod to the cycling brand nod. There. Yeah, I'd be a very happy man if I got that.
A good floor pump, a really good floor pump. Now, this is probably going to be something, if you're purchasing this, you do know a little bit about cycling gear, but because it's not something you can just walk in and probably buy. But I have in the past wasted a lot of money on just sort of cheapy kind of floor pumps. The floor pumps are the ones that are on the floor that you pump from the top, and they're really important with tubeless setups. You can now get them that have like this blaster setup where it actually throws a lot of air into the tire, and that helps people set up a tubeless setup when they don't want to have the whole compressor set up at home. I'm probably talking a little bit of gibberish to people, but if you do go into a bike shop and ask for a really good floor pump that helps with a tubeless setup, the person will really like this. And again, it's just not something I can ever be bothered buying for myself. I don't know why. I'd love someone to get me one, but I just don't have one. So yeah, that for me is next on there. You got anything else in this category?
I do. So a Garmin Varia radar tail light. This just fits in under the $300. Another one that I don't have, but I'm not going to get much use in the city. So it's basically a rear light that has a radar that tells the cyclist when the car's coming from behind. So yeah, especially if this is someone you care about and you want to really feel like you've done the right thing. It's very safety conscious sort of thing. And it's also, I think everyone would use one. It doesn't take anything away. Whatever rear light they're using, this just swaps in, and then it links up with their cycling computer and tells them when cars are coming. I mean, it's a win-win. Kind of pricey, which is probably why I don't own one. But yeah, definitely think people would be happy if they
It's
don't
also
have one.
something that's really easy to buy. Like you can go onto whatever website, whatever cycling website it is, buy it online. It'll be there 3 days later. If you're panicking about buying something, it'll be there. I will say that if you are buying this for the person, you probably do want to just check their bike computer that it is a Wahoo or a Garmin or something that's relatively modern looking, because otherwise it's not going to work. It's like a cat's eye speed sensor.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, my next one is a Bikefit. I would definitely suggest a Bikefit in this category. Look, even for someone who has probably had a Bikefit, I guarantee you they'll go for another one. Like people just love a good bike fit. And having spoken to a few good bike fitters in the past, they get a lot of people that come in and out a lot. So but what is a bike fit? Normally it's a bike shop or a bike studio will offer something where they fit the person correctly on the bike, moving their cleats, their saddle height, all that kind of stuff. And people do. They like that, feel more confident about their position. And who knows, they might have got a new bike as well. So it's kind of helpful from that perspective. So that's me for there. Now we step it up. We step it up to the you really fancy this person. That's all I can suggest.
Maybe you're a barrister and you got a partner that rides and you just want to really treat them. So we're just letting it all come out here. My first one here, 3,645 Australian dollars with a nice $100 off. It's an 8 sleep mattress cover. What this is you put it on top of your mattress to sleep, especially good if you have a partner. It has two main features. The first one is temperature regulation. So it has different zones and it tracks you as you sleep, builds a baseline for you, and then it will adjust the temperature of the mattress to get you the most optimal sleep possible, the most amount of deep sleep, and reduce the amount of times you're waking throughout the night. It also has health trackers built in, so it can track your heart rate variability, and then it uses that data firstly to tell you how well recovered you are, and then also feed back into the algorithm to better help you sleep. So it's basically a very high-tech, fancy temperature cover for your mattress. Really good as well. Like yeah, if you've got in the bed with a partner and you want to have, someone likes to have the aircon on freezing and the other person likes to have the room nice and warm, you don't really need to worry about that anymore because the mattress cover will adjust for that for the individual person. Yeah, it really does. I desperately want one, but it's like nearly $4,000. Yeah.
Oh, awesome call. Okay, mine's less intricate and very controversial. Okay, very controversial. Mine is a second pair of cycling shoes. Now, hear me out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because what I'm suggesting here is you don't just randomly go online or go into a shop and buy someone a shoe because you know they're size 43. No. What I'm suggesting is very specific, and I am a sucker for this. I normally own a dark and a light pair of every shoe.
So do I.
And there is a reason for that, because my light shoes, they're my race shoes, they're my dancing shoes. Basically, the sun's out, we're dancing. My dark shoes are the slop shoes, but I don't want to have different setups. I don't want different feels. I don't want different inner soles. I don't want different cleat positions. I just want the same shoe, but in a dark that I can ride all the time. It doesn't bother me. So what I'm suggesting to you is go and have a look at this pair of cycling shoes that this person has. If you will know if they kind of like them or not, and they probably do. And if so, then get a newer version of the exact same thing in a lighter color, or vice versa. Get a dark version of that same thing to give that person the option of keeping their nice shoes to the side. You will get a real nod of like, oh, that is super helpful. That is super helpful. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Like it. Very, very good. Next one I have is Normatec Boots. $1,500. Want. I think every cyclist wants Normatec Boots. I don't think they're going to put 20 watts on someone's FTP, but if I had a pair at home, you could damn well bet I'd be in them tonight. So that's why they're a good gift. Yeah, really nice. Strap them on. They pump up air into them, and they basically give you a massage on your legs and help the blood flow and help you recover. So I think that'd be a good purchase.
Nice. This is probably $300. I probably could have put this in the category below. A photochromatic lens, a lens that's different to the one that they currently have. Now, both of you and I are currently using the Arbor Optics ones, which have blown both of us away with how they go from light to dark the whole time. But that person probably has a set of sunglasses with an interchangeable lens option. Do a check. Jesse's got the Mantra Alba ones, which are interchangeable, and that's a photochromatic lens. And trust me, it's a really, really safe purchase for the cyclist because they like that pair of sunglasses. They're just adding to it. They're giving themselves a little bit more flexibility. So a replacement lens for a pair of sunglasses, definitely on my list.
Like that. I didn't even know I needed photochromatic lenses till I used them. And then I'm like, how did I not know this existed?
All right, so that's all the things you should get, Jesse. What shouldn't you get? What are the shit gift lists?
The one for me is socks. I think socks... 10 years ago, we were happy to get socks. We aren't happy to get socks anymore. Everyone knows the socks they like to wear, and they're just not that interesting. And I hate horizontal patterns on socks. I like vertical patterns. So I don't want socks. People don't want socks. Use our other ideas, please.
And look, they're not shit gifts, but look, the things with these are right that they're probably not the thing that the cyclist enjoys buying a lot of this shit, right? Like, so things like bottle cages. Okay, so people might think, oh, bottle cage is like a really easy thing to buy for a cyclist. I guarantee you, like a lot of people I know, they have got a specific bottle cage on their bike for the look of their bike. Do you know what I mean? So even things with saddlebags, like, you know, again, is something that the cyclists have probably researched for months to make sure that they can get the right fit on. So saddlebags, bottle cages, I would say bar tape, don't touch it, just because, again, it's something that people want to research and go into, and they don't want to put it on themselves either. And the last one, potentially controversially, bottles. No. Sorry. No.
Okay. Fair enough. I love a bottle personally. I do think it is a bit of it's an amateur gift. We're going upper level with these.
Just generally steering away from like component things like new chains, new cassettes. Like, no, it's just leave that to the cyclist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything fan related, as in like posters or things about a specific rider, because people we're very particular. We don't tell us who we like. It needs to be kind of generic. Anything too specific like that, you're really taking a gamble.
Yeah, and I can see how people get into that because they're like, oh, well, this, it's like a football team or something like that. Oh, I've seen that they followed that guy. I'll get that football jersey for them. Doesn't really cross over in cycling. Definitely not. All right, guys, I think that is us done. That is all the shit gifts, the good gifts. Let us know, obviously, all your thoughts down below. Jesse, can you just put your hand up and give us 5 for a second? There you go. I'll leave you with that. All right, peace.